Wow. Oh my goodness. I just walked out of the theater. I saw The Gray Man, 10:30 in the morning. That is like a triple shot of espresso with honey and cream in it. Oh my goodness. That movie will wake you up. It is explosive. I can't believe how perfectly done that was. Everything from the casting, the acting, the set pieces. Holy cow. It was hitting on so many beats. The humor, the character building, the locations, the jet setting. It was 007 rolled into Bourne with some of the lightheartedness of the Avengers. It's a Russo brothers film. Oh my goodness. There was no one better to make this film than the Russo brothers. It is insanely good. No spoilers here right now, but just some general thoughts. I've only read the first book, The Gray Man. Really liked it. Yet I get the sense there's a lot of nods to the other books in the series. I know a bit about what happens later on throughout the books, and I really think they rolled together a lot of storylines that made sense while really still giving a nod to the first book. At least 2 scenes I could think of were beat for beat, picture for picture, exactly as I pictured them. And one of them is just the most intense, gripping action scene possibly ever shot. Okay, this series, they have to make more. This can be as big as James Bond. They set up the type of franchise where The Gray Man is going to be synonymous with 007 in terms of their larger than life, even like a Mission Impossible feel. There's so much going on in this movie, yet it's uniquely its own. So it's showing that it can go toe to toe with these big franchises and hold its own. Yet it is so uniquely The Gray Man. It's just incredible, guys. I don't know how this is going to be on Netflix. I hope you have a great TV and a great sound system and you black out the room, because this movie deserves the biggest, loudest, badass screen you can get. I'm glad I got to see it in the theaters. I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. Hats off to Mark Graney and team getting this to production. You started something big. This is the start of something big. I really, really want to talk about a couple of the scenes. Some of the actors. I mean, let me just go down the list. Chris Evans as Lloyd. Holy cow. You couldn't have gotten someone better. And I love to hear how during casting for The Gray Man, he chose to be the villain instead. That was what he wanted. And he was made for that role. Made for it. And Ryan Gosling, I had reservations going in, just like Chris Pratt playing James Reese. Any reservations, any hesitancy, you throw out the window the second you see them on screen. The second they play that role and are put in front of the camera, you're dispelled of any notions or questions that it might not work. Not to mention some of the supporting roles, Billy Bob Thornton, Ana de Armas, everyone nails their role. And some of the camera work. Let's talk about the cinematography. Guys, when you see this, there are some really unique shots not done that I could think of in any other action thriller that were super cool. Yeah, I can't even get into it right now. So Chris and I are going to be coming at you with our full movie review with spoilers next on the Thriller Podcast. We'll be covering the first book, and then hopefully we'll bring on some guests who have read the whole series. I can only imagine some of the newer releases like Sierra 6 play a huge role in this film. I don't know for sure, but I definitely got the sense they were bringing in storylines from later in the series and other parts of the book. which means this thing can continue. And they even give us some cliffhangers or what's next moments that are going to need coming back for more and in another film. And honestly, though it was not that close to the first book, it was not at all just a rehashing of that. It was refreshing. That was a good thing, because the choices they made to combine it with other characters and other story arcs from the Gray Man series made a lot of sense. There were some things in the book here that I wasn't sure how they would play out in a movie. The book is rather snappy. It's really quick. And I was wondering, like a 2-hour film, how are we going to fill that space? Who are the other characters they bring in? And it landed. It absolutely landed. Home run. Congrats to everybody part of the crew. This is just my first take, hot take, coming out of the theater. Guys, if you could see it this week, I know it's not in all theaters, but if you can get there before it's on Netflix, 100% recommend it. 110%. I can't recommend it more. I mean, for the Russo brothers, this is up there. I mean, Captain America, Winter Soldier, The Avengers, Endgame, it's up there, guys. It is up there. Hats off. Awesome book. Awesome movie. What an adaptation. It'll be fun picking it apart to see what compares, what doesn't compare. But there's no reason not to feel this is a beautiful, stunningly shot, perfectly acted, amazing execution as a film. And so hats off to the team and the crew. You put everything into it, and the fans are going to love it.